Good morning, day 160. Wow, that's a lot of days of cooking down the food, the refrigerator, the pantry, and the freezer. So, one of my viewers was asking me if I buy produce during the time where I'm cooking down the food. Yes, I do, but I only limit it to once or sometimes twice a month, where I'll just pick up something like tomatoes or something like that. But I do my main produce haul once a month, and then I prepare the produce. I have green bags that I put it in, and then I cook it down according to the order in which it will spoil. So in other words, I'll use up lettuces before I use up carrots and cabbages, or anything like that. Now, as far as other produce, I buy basic produce: lettuce, carrots, sometimes cucumbers, anything like that I can make other things with. I don't normally buy like fresh green beans or broccoli or cauliflower. Normally I don't buy those. I'll buy peppers and onions and potatoes. Those I'll buy. But things like green beans and corn, unless it's summer, I buy fresh corn in the summer because that's always tasty. But things like that I'll buy frozen. So that is how I buy my produce. So anyway, today is a cool day. It's only going to be 60. And it's not a sunny 60, it's more a cloudy, damp 60. So I will probably find some things to do in the house today, rather than go out and garden. Unless I just put in a couple things in the one city picker box that I moved the other day. But I'm not sure yet. I have to see what the day brings. And I have plenty of things to do inside. My dining room's a mess, and my kitchen table again is a mess. I keep trying to keep my kitchen table from not being so messy, but that seems where everything seems to end up. So anyway, that's what's going on today. I still have some laundry to do because, of course, in the summer I wear way more laundry than in the winter. And especially with my gardening, I get pretty dirty during, the gardening process. It always amazes me when I watch some other YouTube gardeners, how nice they look when they garden. I can't do that. I'm a mess at the end of the day. So, if any of you are YouTube gardeners, let me know how you keep from getting to be a mess by the end of the day. So anyway, that's all I have for this morning until I see what's for breakfast, day 160. And I'll be back in a little bit after I have my coffee. But of course, we need cream in the coffee. So any of you guys out there, if you want to, grab a cup of coffee and join me for 20 minutes to a half an hour for a short video. All right, and people like my little spoon. I got that years ago. I don't even know where, but I have two of them, and one of them, the little handle broke off. So actually, now that I'm looking, I have three of them. They must have come in a set. Let me show you. And actually, oops, two of them have the handles broken off. So this is the one that survived. And that's my little coffee spoon. And I like that it's got like a little lip and it'll rest against the coffee cup. All right, I will be back in a little bit. Breakfast, day 160. Hi, buddy. You're so cute. All right, let's see what's for breakfast. Okay. I still have this sausage, but I think I'm going to save that for dinner with the rest of my pasta. This is getting to be like my bean burger, but one more meal and that's it. And then I'm going to mix some of these veggies in for dinner. So I'm going to save that for dinner. But I did boil 3 eggs, so I think what sounds good to me is some egg salad. So I'll have that. And up here I have this little bit of mayo left. So I'll have that. And I have one slice and a small slice of this rye bread left. So I'm going to have that. And I think that'll do for breakfast. In fact, that'll do for breakfast and another meal. So I'll be back and I'll meet you at the stove. I have a very messy dining room table to clean up. These are going outside on my deck, and I've decided I'm not going to do much in my indoor gardens until the fall, but these are all gardening things, so I just need to put these away. This is for my shelving. Oh, so many projects. More of my indoor gardening. But I came in here for a reason. And the reason is, these are my little tiny tin tomatoes. They're doing really well. This one is a little smaller because I separated it from its other little friend, which is growing outside. But what I wanted was, I don't have any more lettuce in the produce drawer, so I want some lettuce on my sandwich. So let me set this up. And I'm just going to trim a couple of leaves off of here. It's getting too tall for this anyway. So I will take, let's see, that one, and I don't want to take the ones from the middle, so I'll take that one, and this one, and this one, and oh, let's see, I think I'll take maybe these two. All right, so now I have lettuce, and those will be going on my sandwich. Back here, this is red romaine, this is black seeded Simpson, so that's getting big, and this is arugula, so I'm going to take a couple of these off too. All right, so, and hopefully this will grow back. It's getting new growth. I would definitely, I'm going to take this big leaf off too. I would definitely plant this red romaine again. Uh-oh, I just hurt that one. So these have really huge roots. But anyway, There we go. So now I have lettuce for my sandwich. So while I have you in here, I wanted to show you the basil that I grew from seed. That was under my grow lights. And another avocado tree. I think I'm going to take these out and plant them in the garden. This was an experiment to see if I could grow these inside. This is red Russian kale. This is chard. And this is arugula. So I'm going to plant those outside. These, I don't know what I'm going to do with these yet. And yeah, turn off the grow lights until July when I start planting some of the brassicas that I'll put out in the fall. But for now, I think that's it on the summer veggies. So, well, it's not much, but it's definitely enough to put on a sandwich. And that makes me very happy. All right, I'm going to just make a very simple egg salad. And my dogs are outside, so when they hear the eggs cracking, they come a-running. And those are going in here, and this is not the only eggshell thing I have. I have to make some fertilizer. I'm going to put eggshells and some Epsom salt and some, probably some, well, no, I won't put the coffee in because the coffee is just for acid-loving plants. A lot of times I'll dump my coffee grounds around my rhododendrons and not hibiscus. Oh, senior moment. It'll come to me. Hydrangea. There we go. Because hydrangeas like the acid too. So, okay, my eggshells, I just save those. And then I grind them up and put them around my plants. I think all plants like that, especially tomatoes, because the tomatoes need the calcium so that they don't get blossom end rot, and that's another thing that Epsom salt is good for. So, okay, I'm going to make my egg salad very basic. I'm just going to put some mayonnaise, probably put a little bit of mustard in, whatever kind of mustard you like, and a little bit of lemon pepper, and call that good. All right, I'll be back. Okay, I just chopped up my egg with a little bit of mayo. I'll see if that's enough, because this is almost empty. So I'm going to put in some lemon pepper, and this is salty, so I won't need salt. And then I have some dill mustard here that I'm going to add. And I always just make this off the cuff. I very rarely make anything twice from a recipe. It's just the way I cook. I just don't follow a recipe. I'm going to put some green onion in here, and these are looking a little anemic because I have been ignoring them. So I could try putting them in the garden, but I'm going to add some green onion just because I like it. But you can leave that out because it's your kitchen and you're the boss. It's your world. So I'm going to add also A little bit of onion and garlic powder, my favorite seasonings. Okay, and I think that should do it. And I'm just going to smash this up, and if I feel like it's too dry, then I'll just add more mayo. And I did save a little bit of egg for my little buddies here because I felt guilty not giving them any, because they can smell it when they come in. So sometimes it would be nice to have a keener sense of smell, because my sense of smell is terrible. It always, you know, since I've gotten older, I don't know, I just can't smell things, a lot of things other people can smell. But in a way, that's kind of a good thing. I mean, I can still smell roses and flowers and, you know, those sorts of things, but some of the obnoxious smells that some people can smell, I can't smell. So that's not a bad thing. And I don't like my pasta or my egg salad too soupy. So, but I think it can use a little bit more mayo. Yeah, that's looking kind of on the dry side. So, just want to use up what's in here. There's not a whole lot left in here, but I have more. Of course I do, because I have a stash. And that should just about do it. Because we don't want to waste. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll even put like a little vinegar and things like that in here, shake it up and make a salad dressing out of it, which is probably what I'll do. Even though I don't have any salad, but I'm thinking I want to start using up some of my frozen veggies so that they don't get freezer burned. But I think I am going to go buy some romaine lettuce. But I'm not ready to do a produce haul yet, because I want to make room in the freezer. So the other day when I was at Mark's buying flowers, I did buy 4 romaine tomatoes. So, but I very rarely go to the store anymore. I just don't like to. I don't want to spend the money. And I don't like walking around the stores anymore. So, anyway, that's about how I like it. Let me taste it. Good. I think I could use just a touch more of the lemon pepper. Not a whole lot, because I don't want it too salty. And my bread is done. I decided to toast it. And I'm going to wait to get more bread, because I still have the Walmart loaf. And then I have a little tiny loaf that I forgot about in the freezer that I want to use up. Good. All right, I have my toast here. I buttered it a little bit. And I'm just making an egg salad sandwich, very simple. And I'll have enough for another sandwich. And if I'm still hungry, I can eat my last apple. I have one left. And after that, I'm going to start using up my freezer, my frozen fruit. So I only have the one piece of arugula, so, and this is pretty peppery. It's a very peppery arugula. So, but this is really good, this red romaine. It's very tender and delicious. So, oh, I have 2 arugulas, but I think one will be enough. So, all right, I'm going to put some nice lettuce on here. There we go. And I'll save this for another sandwich to go with what's left over here. All right. So there we go. There's breakfast, day 160. So I'm going to eat this, maybe have another cup of coffee, and I'll be back later. Let's see what's for dinner, day 160. Well, we kind of went over it a little bit already this morning. So I'm going to, I don't know if I'll eat this sausage with this or not, because it already has some vegetarian meat in it. But I'm going to finish this up. And I'm going to add some of these veggies to it from my breakfast from yesterday. But I may save half of them to put in an omelet. I'm not sure. All right, that's it. Very simple today. Okay, I will meet you at the stove. Okay, so here's my pasta. It always amazes me how far you can stretch some pasta. Here's some veggies from the veggie bowl that I had from Bob Evans yesterday. And I'm only going to use half of this. There's some sweet potatoes in there, tomato, spinach, some beans, onions, peppers. So I think that's good. And then I'm going to save, there's also some potatoes in there that I think I'm going to save for tomorrow's breakfast. There was also avocado in here, and it was pretty good. All right, well, the rest of this I'm going to save for an omelet in the morning. And I decided I am not going to eat this sausage, this vegetarian sausage. I'm going to have that for breakfast too. So if you think ahead a little bit to your meals, and I think that looks pretty appealing. So I'm just going to heat this up. It has some corn in it, and that's what I'm going to have for dinner. All right, well, there's my dinner all heated up, and since I have all these other veggies in here, I'm just going to add a little touch, just a little bit, because I'm not one for hot, spicy foods, but just to get it a little bit different flavor, I'm going to add a little bit of this Tony Chachere's, just a sprinkle, not much, just to give it a little bit of a Southwest flavor. And that's going to be it. So sometimes by just adding a different seasoning, you can change up the flavor if you're tired of eating the same thing. So let me give this a taste. A little bit more. All right, there is dinner, day 160, and I ate up all my leftovers, and I changed it up a bit. So I'm going to eat this, and then I'll be back in a little bit. Well, it's the end of another day, and I did manage to get a few things planted in the yard, which makes me very happy. tomorrow I have a helper coming, and I'm very glad about that. And hopefully, between the two of us, we can get a little more done than just me, because it's going to take me forever and a day to do anything. So, hopefully, by the end of the month, I'll have the garden set up the way that I want it. Now, I'm talking about the vegetable garden, and the other parts of the garden are starting to shape up, so that I can do myself. But moving the garden boxes from one place to another is quite the undertaking for me. So, I don't know how much we'll get done tomorrow, but if we don't get that part done, then I'm going to ask her to come back for a second time. And I imagine we'll only be working maybe 4 hours at the most, because that's all I can do when it comes to, lifting and dragging things around. So, I did manage to put some of my transplants in the ground, but I can't finish that until I get all the soil moved to where I want it, because that just doesn't work. So anyway, do you guys have a garden that actually functions where you put it? I really need to take down a couple of trees in my backyard. One of them is a very tall tree. It's not very big around. I planted it when I first moved here, and I made the mistake of planting it a little too close to the house, so now it just rubs up against the house every year, and I've had it trimmed, and every year, those branches that grow towards the house come back. So I don't want for it to damage my house, so I may have to take that tree down. And then a couple years ago, my Bradford pear, half of it broke off, so it's like a half of a tree now. And I really should have that taken down too, but taking down trees is just so cost prohibitive. It's so expensive. And neither of them are humongous trees. So, I don't know. I have to see what happens. And I don't want my kids to do it or Tom to do it, because I don't want anybody getting hurt. So I'll just have to wait and see what goes on with that. But I wouldn't do that now anyway. I would probably wait until either early next spring or in the fall when the leaves are down. So anyway, that's my saga for the day. And tomorrow I'm probably going to have to cook something because I ate all my leftovers. All right, well, that's all I have for you today. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you. And I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. Thanks for watching.